It's time for Florida State football. This is Inside Seminole Football. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery, over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Real Coca-Cola taste with 0 sugar and 0 calories. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the feeling. And by Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Taggart's wardrobe.
Hello everybody and welcome to Inside Seminole Football. Tom Block along with Coach Willie Taggart. And Coach, first congratulations to Clemson. They're a good football team, but 59-10, I know you came away really disappointed in the effort overall and what you saw from your team.
It was very disappointing. We did some things that we normally didn't do. We were making a lot of progress going into that game, and we kind of like took a lapse and went back. We took steps backwards, and our guys we didn't execute. We made losing plays, the penalties, undisciplined. It just uncharacteristic and things that you can't do against a winning football team like Clemson. If you make those mistakes against a team like that, they expose you, and that's what happened.
I'm sure that if you saw those kind of things or could predict it based on what you saw in practice, then we wouldn't see it on Saturday. So is that one of the most difficult or frustrating things that you're dealing with, is that it just all of a sudden shows up?
It is, because we had a great week of practice. I mean, we felt very confident going in the game. Like I said, we had made improvements. We felt like we can go and continue to make improvements, and anything can happen in those games. And I think that was the most frustrating thing about it, is we had a great week of practice, and then we go out and first quarter of the game is still tied, and then when we got a penalty on the field goal, it seemed like everything just went down. You know, our mentality just changed, and we got to be better at that when things don't go our way.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it was 0-0 after one quarter of play, and then you could just feel sort of the wind go out of the stadium. It felt like being on the sideline.
It is, you know, and I think part of it has been Clemson and the way they scored, the way we allowed them to score there, and it was back to back. And again, a good football team like that, you can't make those mistakes and think you're going to win.
Clemson gets the convincing win over Florida State. We will take a look at the highlights when we continue. Stay with us here on Inside Seminole Football. Welcome back, Coach. Going into this game, the defense has been stout against the run, and we saw that early on when you were going toe-to-toe with Clemson. And offensively, it looked like the plan was, maybe to throw on some running downs, some short plays to neutralize that defensive line. And plays were there, but unfortunately, there were some drops, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
It did. You know, like you say, the plays were there. We didn't execute them. Had some guys open. We had drop passes, which would have got us some rhythm, kept some drives going, and then. There's times where guys were open and we just didn't have enough time to get to them. You know, just little things here and there that, again, we can't do in ball games against a team like that and think we're going to win. We got to be on our A game at everything we do. We got to be totally focused at everything we do and understand that they're going to make plays too. You know, they're the number 2 team in the country for a reason, and they're going to make plays too. But we got to keep fighting and guys got to make winning plays and step up and make a play for their teammates.
It was scoreless after one quarter of play, and then Clemson got on track. Let's take a look at the highlights from what was a beautiful day at Doak Campbell Stadium.
B.T. Potter puts toe to leather and deep, around 2 yards deep, and we're going to bring the ball out to the 10, to the 15-yard line, and there's just nowhere to go. After that read option look, here's the snap, handoff, and running up the gut goes Cam Akers, slams his way ahead to near the 10-yard line, to the right this time. Trips +1. Empty backfield for Francois. Looks right, fires the ball right through it behind the intended receiver at the 13-yard line, and the Noles go 3 and out. No score in the first quarter. Clemson's first possession. Almost jumping the gun, the Seminoles hand off the ball, and Etienne is going to be stopped as he reaches third down. 9 awaits the snap. Freshman quarterback gets the snap, now looking to his left, looking downfield, throws the ball too tall. Incomplete pass. Shotgun formation, second down, 10. No gain on that last play. Play action fake, dropping to throw. Francois rolling to his right, gets the pass away. Diving catch made at the 43-yard line by Anquan Boldin. First down, 10 Noles at the 43. Here's a high snap over the head of DeAndre Francois. Will be recovered by a Seminole flanker in shotgun formation with Jacquez Patrick, a sidecar to the left hip of Francois. Here's the snap. They send a blitz, pass, crossing pattern, caught at the 25-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It is 3rd down and 6. Here is the snap to Lawrence, dropping Lawrence, passing Lawrence. It is a caught ball at the 35-yard line. 1st down, 10 Clemson. 3rd down and 5. Here is the snap. Delay blitz, gets the pass away. Caught ball in the backfield, bottled up and dropped at the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Jacquez Patrick now, sidecar to the left hip of DeAndre Francois in the shotgun. Here's the snap, pass near side. Caught ball on the boundary outside of bounds at the 29-yard line. We are 1 for 4 on 3rd down. Need to reach the 25. Here's the snap. Here's the pass, an incomplete pass through the hands of Keith Gavin. Out of the shotgun, the snap, hand the ball to play action fake on the pass up and caught ball at the 45, down the sideline to the middle of the field to the 30, to the Seminole 25-yard line, to the 20-yard line. It's Justin Ross, and he's got a huge gain. It's the first play of the 2nd quarter now from the Seminole 23-yard line, moving left. Pistol formation with Etienne in the backfield. Dropping Lawrence under pressure, throws the ball toward the end zone and threw it away. 2nd down and 10 from the 23. Here's the snap, and Lawrence looking to his right, now looking for the post, over the middle, pass, batted down to the line of scrimmage. So the big freight train knocked it out. Freddie Jones. First scoring opportunity by either team, scoreless to this point. Here's the snap, a little low, the kick has gotten away, and it is no good. It's wide to the right. A flag thrown, however. Amari Rogers wide to the left. Here is the snap, looking left, throwing the fade route toward the end zone. It is a caught ball. Clemson takes the early lead. And Albert Huggins in there as well. 4-man front line. Here's the snap. 2nd down, 11. Pressure coming against the pass. Caught ball at the 35. It is a 1st down, Florida State. Great effort by Tamari Terry. Wide to the left. Florida State's got Keith Gavin. Here's the snap. Here comes pressure. Francois throws the ball downfield through it. It's going to be incomplete at the 42-yard line with 11:06 to go in the 2nd quarter. Play action fake, rolling to the left. Trevor Lawrence wants to throw the wheel right down to the far sideline. It is an incomplete pass at the 32. Trying to hold him on 3rd down and 8. They need to reach the Seminole 48-yard line. The snap, Lawrence dropping out of the gun, throw it past the ball the right side. Incomplete, pass incomplete. It's a caught ball at the 45-yard line. And they lead 7-0. Here is the snap. They fake the jet sweep. Up the gut goes Etienne, and he's going to be spun around and dropped when he reaches the Seminole 20-yard line. From the Seminole 13-yard line. Here's the pass to the left side, bubble screen to the near side this time, and busts a spun move to the 10, to the 5-yard line, inside the 5 to the 3. Here's the snap, the pass to the left side corner of the end zone, caught ball, touchdown Clemson Tigers. Easy pickings for Trevor Lawrence. T. Higgins has 2. Seminoles will start at the 25-yard line. We move right. Pass underneath, pass caught, and on his feet at the 30, the 35-yard line, out to the 40-yard line. It's Anquan Boldin. For the Florida State 46-yard line, moving right. Play action fake, dropping to throw Francois. Near sideline ball caught by Tamari Terry, shoved out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Formation now 3 trip receivers to the right side on 3rd down and 1. Inside handoff, Cam Akers gets the 1st down into Clemson territory. 3rd down and 20 now from the Clemson 40-yard line, moving right. Here's the snap, Francois passed out, post route down. It's intercepted at the 35-yard line, to the 30-yard line, to the 40-yard line, outside the numbers of the 50-yard line, down the sideline to the 40. It's Trey Lamar. It is 1st down and 10 Clemson at the Seminole 13-yard line, the 12-yard line it is. Shotgun formation, Lawrence looking left, throwing toward the post, and it's incomplete. Flag throw, probably pass interference. The freshman quarterback takes the snap, runs to his right, pitches the ball to the right side. Option play, tackle made at the 1-yard line. Look out for that tight end. Here's the handoff up the gut, touchdown, Clemson Tigers. Clemson Tigers, they bring in the beef, and now right up the gut, no way you can stop it unless you've got a big wall, as Christian Wilkins. 2nd down, 8, moving right. Trailing 21-0. Here is the snap, a little low. Francois pass, far sideline, incomplete pass through it. From the 27, the snap, here comes pressure, throws the ball downfield, and it is incomplete. He had to throw it before he wanted to. 2:48 to go in the 1st half. Trevor Lawrence awaits the snap from the Clemson 27-yard line. Dropping Lawrence, passing Lawrence, far side of the field, caught ball, and spun out of bounds at the 43-yard line. 1st down 10 from the 44-yard line. Pass to the near side. Another caught ball at the 50-yard line. It's Amari Rogers. He breaks off a tackle. Now is snagged by the leg and dropped to the Florida State 47-yard line. First down, 10 of the Seminole 32-yard line. Out of the shotgun formation, Trevor Lawrence awaits the snap. Here it is. Blitz coming, looks upfield, passes upfield, caught ball inside the 20-yard line to the 15-yard line to the 20-yard line goes T. Higgins from just outside the 2. Trevor Lawrence hands the ball off and diving into the end zone. It's Garrett Williams. Florida State will take over on downs. We'll go to the kneel down formation. Clemson will get the ball to begin the third quarter. Clemson with a lot of mo on their side, leading 28-0. Will have first dibs on the ball to begin the third quarter.
Clemson with the big lead at the half. Coach, you mentioned it earlier. It really felt like things changed after the penalty on the field goal, and you know, that's just not a mentality that you can have because there was so much football left at that point in the game.
It was, you know, and again, our freshman go in and he dived trying to make a play, and you just can't do that in those situations. And then, but we got to be able to respond when those things happen. You know, we're going to have a great defense like we all want to have. You know, we got to have that mentality no matter where we're at on the field. They're not getting in the end zone, you know, and rather than putting our head down or, man, here we go, you know, that's the mentality we got to change, and we changed that mentality. I think we'll see a big improvement with our football team.
Clemson with the lead at the break. Stay with us. We'll come back and look at the second half football highlights on Inside Seminole Football right after this.
Goes from the shotgun. Stunts by the front four, Miami. White ball down, caught by Anquan Boldin. No flags, touchdown FSU.
Anquan Boldin, a Florida State legend. In his college career, the star receiver averaged more than 1,000 yards, 100 receptions, and 21 touchdowns. He was drafted by the NFL's Arizona Cardinals in the second round, ending his college career after his third year. In the NFL, he was at the top of his game, but he soon realized that all of that meant little when it came to what really mattered to him the most.
The older you get, the more you'll realize that what life is about. And for me, coming from Florida State, got drafted. I left my junior year, got drafted in the second round. I was rookie of the year, and I'm young, I'm like 22, and I'm living my dream, and I'm thinking, man, this is the life. Like, nobody can't tell me anything. But then you realize, like, life is so much more than that.
Boldin used his hard-earned platform to become an active member in his community. He started his first foundation during his rookie season in the NFL.
Anquan Boldin Foundation has been around for about 16 years now, since my rookie year in the NFL. And this is just my way of giving back, something I've always wanted to do. Right now we're real education-focused, where we help graduating seniors, help them, you know, go to college. We do scholarship programs. We also have an 8-week summer program, summer enrichment program, where we help kids that are falling behind in school. We help them get back on track to graduate.
Civic engagement has always been a strong belief of Boldin's. It's a principle he has embraced for as long as he can remember.
Put others before yourself. I think that's the most fulfilling thing that I've learned over my years. You know, money is great. It affords you a lot of opportunities. The fame, it comes and it goes, but I think I've been most gratified when I've been able to help others.
As a player who competed at Florida State himself, Boldin is passing a strong notion of civic engagement to current student athletes, hoping that they too will rise to the challenge.
RISE is a not-for-profit organization, and we are focused on exactly what our name says, right? How do we impact equality through sports? How do we harness the power of sports and athleticism to really push social progress, to really improve race relations? A lot of what we're focused on is focused around issues of race and racial discriminations.
During the RISE event, Boldin spoke with student athletes about his experience as a Seminole and showed them how they too can use their voice to create positive change within their community.
It was actually wonderful to see a former athlete here, someone who really achieved here and connects with this community and this community's culture, speak to the athletes. There was a moment when Anquan was speaking about what it's like to be an athlete here and to be self-focused. And I could just feel from the group that he understood them. He was the messenger for this message to be effective here today.
I have all of these big goals and all of these big accomplishments that I want to accomplish, and he did some of them. They might not be the same things that I wanted, but he was able to accomplish his certain goals, and it just gave me motivation for me to accomplish mine. Student athletes, we have a bigger voice than what we think. You know, one little thing that we can do can get magnified times 100.
These Florida State student athletes were inspired and made more aware that their voice alone could not only promote good, but could build greater respect and equality. And this is all thanks to professional athlete, but also well-known humanitarian, Anquan Boldin.
It's always been my dream to give back, and fortunately God put me in a position where I'm able to give back.
I'm Morgan Duell for Inside Seminole Football.
Welcome back, Tom Block and Coach Willie Taggart. And Coach, it was 28-0 Clemson at the half, and it looked to me like the team seemed demoralized. I mean, what message did you try to get to them to shake them out of that at halftime to play a better second half of football?
Well, I just told them not to look at the scoreboard. You know, let's go back out and let's play football like we're capable of. I want to see guys play the entire second half with like their hair was on fire and like it meant something to them. You know. Yeah, they're up 28, but they got up just like they did. We can do the same thing, but we can't do it making the mistakes that we made out on the football field. We got to play a clean ball game and just go out and play and don't be afraid of anything. You know, don't worry about anything. But unfortunately, again, we didn't execute. We made silly plays, silly penalties, and again, just uncharacteristic of what we want to be and who we want to be as a football team.
And unfortunately, it started early in the second half with Clemson adding to its lead as we take a look at the second half highlights.
And Logan Tyler puts toe to leather and kicks it short. And it will be fielded at the 10-yard line, out to the 15, to the 20. Get a block out to the 23, outside the number, inside the numbers, cutting back against the grain. A block over there, and with the football is Delton Kendrick, and Kendrick down the far sideline is finally run out of bounds. Second down, 7, moving right from the 42-yard line, the Clemson 42. Dropping to throw, Trevor Lawrence pass, caught ball by Amari Rogers, missed tackle, across the 40, to the 45, 30, to the 20-yard line, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Clemson. Second play of the second half, and Clemson is in the end zone. It's 34-0. Need to reach the 35-yard line. Third down, 13. The snap, empty backfield. Pass to the other side, caught by Cam Akers. Got a block, a little bubble screen for the running back, and he'll not get the first down. Second down, 10. They give him back to the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap, Lawrence. Underneath pass, it's deflected and almost picked off. That was deflected by Big Marvin Wilson, I believe. They need to reach the 47-yard line. Here is the snap. Inside play action fake, dropping to throw Lawrence. He's going to run with the ball. Now he puts on the brakes, gets the ball, threw it away. Yeah, here is a sort of a rugby-style punt that's going to hit inside the 25. Bounces. Oh, it's bobbled by DJ Matthews. Still loose. It's gobbled up by the Clemson Tigers inside the 10-yard line. We are 4 minutes into the third quarter. Here is the snap. Lawrence hands the ball off, and running up the gut goes Travis Etienne. Third down and goal from the 6-yard line. Here's the snap. Lawrence looking left, throws the ball toward the left. It is knocked away. A little too tall, perhaps. A freshman from Rock Hill, South Carolina. The spot, a good one, the kick airborne, and it is good. And Clemson leads 38-0. It is second down, 15, dropping to throw for Antoine, looking upfield, throws a deep sideline route. Downfield, a caught ball. Is he inbounds or not? Out of bounds, the catch, and he did drop it as well. Third down and 15, the mark to make is the Florida State 46-yard line from the 31. Here's the snap. Play action, dropping to throw for Antoine, under pressure. He'll be sacked at the 27-yard line.
Play action for Lawrence. Sees one down the sideline for Rogers. Wow. Amari Rogers does it again. 68 yards from Trevor Lawrence.
Second down and 8 from the 27. Francois to throw. Crossing route, caught ball at the 48-yard line to the 49-yard line to Marion Terry. Third down and 10. 6:50 to go third quarter. Here comes pressure. Francois gets the pass away. Caught ball inside the 30-yard line. Gabe Neighbors, a tight end. Where'd he come from?
I love it.
And he snags the ball. Not an easy catch. First down 10 at the Clemson 26-yard line. Deepest penetration of the game by the Seminoles in the Clemson territory. Pass down the seam route. Caught ball at the 5-yard line. No, is it a call? It's going to be ruled down by contact at the 5-yard line. Second down, moving left toward the north end zone, trailing 45-0. They fake the jet sweep, and DeAndre Francois runs to the 6-yard line and got maybe a yard. Third and goal from the 6-yard line. Shotgun formation. The Marion Terry has a high snap, draw play. Jaquez Patrick inside the 5 to the 3. We shove him ahead to the 2. It will be fourth down and goal from there. Out of the hold of Logan Tyler. Good snap. The kick is airborne, and this one is good. And the Noles avoid a shutout. It's 45-3. Seminole fans cheering. It's second down and 7. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. And play action fake. Pass down. Caught to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the Seminole 35, to the 30, to the 20-yard line. Inside the 15 to the 12. DeAndre Overton. Chase Bryce at quarterback, takes the snap, rolling to his right, rolling, now stops, throws the ball toward the end zone. Caught ball, touchdown Clemson Tigers. Even the backups could score touchdowns.
Easy work.
52-3. Trevor Lawrence has thrown 4 touchdowns in the game. Kickoff will be caught at the 1-yard. Got to bring it out. Down the far sideline, outside the numbers to the 10, to the 20-yard. Oh, spun around and dropped. Now breaking a tackle. Still running with the football is Trayshawn Harrison. And he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now we're up 52-3. Here's the snap on third and long. 3-man pressure. Francois is going to be sacked back at the 5-yard line to keep this thing going. Chase Bryce looks to the right, throws to the right. It is a caught ball right at the first down marker. I believe they achieved the first down. First down 10 from the Seminole 15-yard line. Inside handoff, and Feaster fights daylight to the 5. 3-2-1 touchdown, Adam Choice. 26, not 28, and Choice, with fans here wearing orange, I'll promise you that, grew up in Thomasville, Georgia. The line of scrimmage is right at the 13. Here is the snap. They know he's going to pass. Caught ball underneath, and a catch made. And still ahead to the 20, to the 25-yard line. Keyshawn Helton. After that quarterback sack, Blackman takes the snap. Draw play. Oh, and a clobber. He still has the football, but he's tackled as he reaches the 19-yard line. Marcus Christmas in there. Here's the snap of the ball. They'll run the ball to the right side, and another miss tackle inside the Seminole 35 to the Seminole 29-yard line. 28-yard line. They need to reach the Seminole 20. Here is the snap. Bryce looks to his right, throws to his right, got a receiver toward the end zone. Caught ball. The official said touchdown. Did Litton come up with an interception?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Blackman takes the snap, looks upfield, pressure, will run with the football. He's across the 25 to the 30. He is out across the 30, near the 35-yard line. And
keep the players, all the players together.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 17-yard line. Blackman throws the ball left side, corner outside the numbers and falling out of bounds. James Blackman getting work now as DeAndre Francois was brought to the sideline. Play action fake, rolling right. Blackman under pressure, got a block, throws the ball upfield. Caught ball at the 50-yard line, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35. Trying to get outside the numbers. It's Keyshawn Helton to the 15, to the 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown FSU. Finally, the Noles find the promised land. And Keyshawn Helton gets the throw from James Blackman, and he knows where to take it to. He outran everybody in white. 59-9. Kneel down formation. This game is over on the snap of the ball. That's it. 59-10. They were up 28-0 at halftime and have added to that.
Clemson gets the win 59-10, and Coach, after the game, certainly you were disappointed, and pointing back to the effort, you indicated that you'd look at the tape and there'd be changes coming up if some guys had quit. I know you've looked at the tape now. You know, what's your thoughts as you've examined it and we're 48 hours later after the fact?
Well, I feel the same way I did after the game. You know, we didn't play with the pride that we say we're going to play with, and the energy that we say we're going to play with. And doing it throughout the game, no matter what the score is, and that's the mentality, that's the identity of our football team we want to have, and we didn't have that on on Saturday, you know, and we're at home. Our fan base behind it, they deserve more. We got to give them more players and coaches. You know, we got to give everything we have, you know, and we didn't do that on Saturday.
Is part of it not necessarily when you go player for player, not necessarily effort, but trying to do too much, i.e. doing something that's beyond the scope of what your job is on a particular play?
I think that's part of our problem when things don't go our way. You know, you have guys that really want to do well. They want to win for the football team, and sometimes they try to do more than what they have to, and that's part of having a young team, but also teaching their guys on how to win. You know, I said it before. It's not that we can't play football or anything. We just got to teach them how to win again, and we're not doing winning things in order to win football games the way we need to, especially against the #2 team in the country.
One of the challenges this week is to quickly turn the page because you're on the road in conference in the Atlantic Division against a good NC State football team. We'll talk about that matchup with the Wolfpack when we continue on Inside Seminole Football.
Welcome into Inside the Headset. I'm Catherine Phillips alongside Coach Greg Fry. You were a member of the 1993 championship team for Florida State. You came back to Tallahassee this year with 22 years of coaching experience. Was that a difficult decision to come back to your alma mater?
Not at all. Not at all. You know, it's coming back to Florida State is special. Coming back to Coach Taggart's Florida State is really what put it over the top. And so, you know, being from here and just loving the program, you know, where it's really different, I think, than anything I've ever experienced in it is when you come back and you're in the press conferences or in your meetings or you're in the alumni events, you see people that you know and that you've known for a long time and that you cared about for a long time. And so that's where the real difference, you know, shows up. Whereas, you know, when we talk about old stories, you were involved in those. It wasn't somebody else's experiences. So it's been really cool.
One of the big themes of this year has been bringing back some of the 90s and those traditions of the dynasty decades. Does that give you flashbacks to your playing days when you're out there?
Yeah, you know, it's been really cool. And one of the things, you know, as a coach or as, you know, a player, you always want to respect those that were there before you. And, you know, so while we were at Michigan, you know, the Charles Woodsons, those guys. But here, when you're seeing it with the Deons, and those guys have earned that right. They've earned that ability. You know, Derek Brooks, Walter Jones, these guys have, you know, played great and did great things for it. And the list goes on and on. I'm forgetting about 150 of them. But, you know, you want them to understand the importance of what, you know, as a former player, you meant to the program. And that's really what it is. And I think Coach Taggart's done an unbelievable job of you know, embracing the past and bringing it, you know, to as a part of his program, and then now he's going to build on his legacy and his, you know, style, add a little of his flavor.
One thing that people don't know about you.
Ooh, I don't know.
Hobby, an interesting fact.
You know, I would say just because of the nature of the style of coach I am, you know, being an offensive line coach, doing those things, I really love children and animals. It's really, I mean, you know, I have a soft spot in my heart. I have 2 dogs at home. I have two children at home.
I've heard about your dogs.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just love animals. I love the innocence and the nature of, you know, of how they approach you. You know, no matter what, man, you walk home, you walk in the door, it's like you won the Super Bowl. It don't matter what happened, doesn't matter what else is going on in life. They're there, those the tails are wagging, and you know, and you know, in our neighborhood we have deer, you know, a lot of stuff. So it's really, to me, it's really cool. I love that aspect of just all of life. But you know, you want to see everything live the life that they dream of living. And to me, that would probably be what people don't know about me, is that I'm really rooting for people to have a life that they want to have. And so in animals and children, adults, whatever it may be, that, you know, it's like, I'm your biggest fan. I want to see you have what you want,
So the O-line coach has a soft side.
Absolutely, very soft side, so.
Well, that's Coach Greg Fry. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kendall Herman, and I'm a student assistant for the Sports Nutrition Department here at Florida State University. Thanks to my Bright Future Scholarship, I'm able to dedicate all of my free time to the athletics department completely on a volunteer basis. This opportunity has allowed me to work alongside of our Director of Sports Nutrition, where I'm not only having fun on the sidelines, but I'm also learning a lot of valuable skills for my future career as a sports dietitian. I could not be more proud to do the work that I do, and I want to thank the Florida Lottery for funding my Bright Future.
Today's X's and O's segment is presented by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
DeAndre Francois was brought to the sideline, play action fake, rolling right, Blackman under pressure, got a block, throws the ball upfield, caught ball at the 50-yard line, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, trying to get outside the numbers. It's Keyshawn Helton to the 15, to the 10, 5, 3, 2, 1, touchdown FSU. Finally, the Noles find the promised land.
Today's X's and O's segment is our play against Clemson here, where James Blackman rolled out of the pocket. He did a great job of evading the defender and throwing the ball over the defender to get it to our freshman, Keyshawn Hilton. And Keyshawn did a great job after the catch of running and getting the ball to the end zone. It's great seeing his fellow freshman teammate, Trayshawn, getting down there, hustling, trying to get a block, and Keyshawn showing his speed. Bright future for the Noles, and that is today's X's and O's segment.
The Look Ahead is presented by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance. Register to win a football fantasy experience at NolesContest.com.
Coach, this week you're back on the road against an NC State team that has a senior quarterback and a really good one. He's tough to get to, gets the ball out in a hurry, the way their offense is designed. He's just a good player, Ryan Finley.
He is. They got a good football team, and he's one of the better quarterbacks in the country. 2 weeks in a row where our guy's going to face a top-notch quarterback and some talented receivers and a good running back there on offense, and defensively they're very solid, especially against the run. Good football team and a tough place to play there up at North Carolina State. So we got to have a great week of practice. We have great focus, and we got to go play with pride and do the things we need to do in order to win. But they're not going to feel sorry for us, and they're a football team that's looking for a win, and so it should be an exciting ball game.
I called it a big challenge in last segment, Coach. How do you ensure that what happened on Saturday and that one loss doesn't become two because just of the hangover or carryover effect?
Well, I think everyone, coaches and players, all got to be real with themselves and how they perform, and then each individual got to take it among themselves to go and correct those things. You know, we all owe it to this football team, to this university, to be at our best, and we got to make sure we're at our best, and that's an everyday thing, not just on Saturday. And coming to work, going to practice, and executing the way that we want to, and making sure that that translate on the football field on Saturday. So that's on all of us to get it together and make sure it doesn't happen again.
This Saturday's matchup, 3:30 kickoff from Raleigh, North Carolina against NC State. Stay with us. We'll have some final thoughts right after this.
Welcome into Garnet and Gold Grub, presented by Tico Peoples Gas. I'm Catherine Phillips, alongside award-winning Chef Travis Johnson. He's the Executive Culinary Director of Seminole Dining here on the campus of Florida State, and he's going to walk us through a delicious tailgate recipe today. Chef, what do you have for us?
Today we have a 6-cheese mac and cheese. 6 cheese? Yes.
All right.
Because one's not enough. And we're going to finish it with a lot of fresh herbs and aromatics, and talk about how layering of the ingredients really makes the dish what it is, from the smoked sausage that we chose the whole way through the different peppers that we chose.
Okay.
All right, well, let's start out. We're going to make our sauce first. And so I have a large stock pot here on medium heat. And I'm going to start out with my fats. So in here I have equal parts half and half and equal parts heavy cream. And as we're warming this up, we never want to bring the cream to a boil, just always to a low simmer. And as this warms up, we're going to incorporate all the different cheeses. And so the cheeses we're using today, we have a pepper jack, Monterey Jack, Swiss, cheddar, Boursin cheese.
So what is Boursin cheese?
Boursin is a soft Italian cheese, and it's absolutely one of my favorite cheeses.
It looks good.
It's great on anything.
Okay.
All right, we have a low simmer here, and now we want to start adding in the cheese. And I chose to use slices today. You can also use shredded cheese. The slices just melt a little bit better for me as you're incorporating them in. It's always important to just put a little bit in at a time.
And you're cooking on natural gas, so what's the advantage of that?
I really like using natural gas because I can control the heat, especially for an application like this. If it gets too hot, you can scorch this cheese pretty easily. So I have ultimate control. Like right now, I'm just turning it down a little bit as the cheese continues to thicken and heat up. Now let's add the Boursin cheese. This is truly one of my favorites. If you haven't tried it yet, you have to give this a shot. Drop this in. All right, you can see how creamy this has gotten. What we're gonna do next is take this and set it on low, and we'll start incorporating all the other ingredients, okay? Next, we're gonna grab a medium cast iron skillet. We're gonna fire this natural gas up on about a medium to medium high because we wanna get it nice and hot. This recipe is important because we don't incorporate a lot of salt in it, so we get a lot of flavor from the ingredients that we're working with. So the smoked sausage that we chose today was a Southern style andouille, which has a lot of your salt content and a lot of the flavor already in it, so you can limit the amount of salt you put in.
Gotcha.
We're gonna add this to the skillet. Next, we're gonna add in our onions, because our onions are gonna need to cook just a little bit longer than the other ingredients. And as the onions cook, they're gonna caramelize, and you're gonna get some of those good sugars, and they're gonna turn more of a translucent color as you're cooking. So we'll let that cook for just about a minute or so. All right, now our onions have already cooked down. You can see how they're turning brown and a little translucent and giving off some of those good aromatics. Next, we're gonna go with the peppers. We're gonna start out with our bell peppers, our red and our green, because they're the most durable. These are gonna cook for about a minute and a half. And you can see they're starting to cook down. You start to see all the different colors, and they're really starting to smell really good. Now I'm gonna turn that heat down from a medium high to about a medium, and we're gonna put in the rest of our peppers. So we have our jalapenos and our poblanos. All right, I'm gonna add just a little bit of this Cajun blend. And this spice you can find on the recipe link. It'll show you everything that's in here. All right, now that we've got everything cooked down to where we want, the next step is to incorporate our pasta. So we're gonna take our pasta, and I'm gonna turn the heat down on real low because we want it to continue to be hot, but the cast iron pot's gonna hold a lot of residual heat. So now we have all those onions and peppers and sausage all being incorporated in with the pasta.
It's smelling so good.
Now our next step is to add our cheese sauce. So we'll stir that up. Remember, we started out with that heavy cream. We added this 6 different types of cheese in here. And just to finish that sauce off, I'm gonna add just a touch of sour cream. That sour cream is gonna help balance out the sauce and hold it consistent through baking. All right, that sauce looks good. Ooh, it smells wonderful. Let's go ahead and add that in. I'm gonna turn that heat off. That smells wonderful. All right, now we're gonna take the last of our shredded cheese. We're just gonna fold this in, and we're gonna bake this in the oven. Now, everything is already hot, so when we put it in the oven, it's not gonna take very long, 5 to 7 minutes or so, because all you're really gonna do is brown the cheese and caramelize the top, and it's all ready to go.
All right.
So let's get this in the oven. All right, let's check out the mac and cheese.
Let's do it.
Wow, that looks incredible.
So good.
So that cooked for about 5 to 7 minutes. Again, we were just melting the cheese and bringing everything together. So let's finish it off. We have some fresh herbs today. So we have a little bit of green onion and some fresh parsley. And these aromatics not only gonna make it look good, but add some extra flavor that we're looking for as well. So what do you think? We try it out?
I'm ready.
All right.
Wow. And the sausage is really good in there.
That's good. And the cheese is really melty.
For full details on this recipe and more information on how you can incorporate natural gas at home, at your business, or at your next tailgating event, go to peoplesgas.com/cooking.
Coach, certainly not the way you scripted it, but as you look back, one of the products of the game getting out of hand is you played a lot of young guys, and we saw what the future looks like. Keyshawn Helton had a big play. Jay Litton with that interception in the end zone. There's some talented young players that got an opportunity this past week.
It is, you know, and we felt like as the season goes, they'll get better each and every game, and hopefully by the end of the season, we'll start to see more of them and seeing exactly what they can do for our football team. And those guys improving, and you see them, they're hungry. They're excited about being out there. They love competing, and you love that out of your guys. And I'm excited about our freshman class and what they can provide to our football team going forward. And we just got to continue to get better.
That next opportunity comes this Saturday on the road at NC State. We'll have a look back at that matchup with the Wolfpack next week right here on Inside Seminole Football.
Inside Seminole Football has been brought to you by the Florida Lottery, over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Real Coca-Cola taste with 0 sugar and 0 calories. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the feeling. And by Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Taggart's wardrobe.